Hello everyone, my name is Roya, and today I'm coming to you with this video kind of showing you my Netgalley TBR and what I plan to read on Netgalley next. So if you're not familiar with Netgalley, if you're not a reviewer or just otherwise have never heard of it, it is a website through which publishers send review copies in ebook form to reviewers. So a lot of times, even if a publisher contacts me directly or a publicity service or something contacts me directly and says, hey, do you want an e-review copy of this book? Usually they'll send you the link to read it on Netgalley. So largely book reviewers in general use it for that purpose. So I have been actively using Netgalley for probably 7 or 8 years now, of the 10 years that I've been book reviewing, and obviously I have accumulated quite the extensive backlist during that time. The majority of arcs that I have on Netgalley are actually from 2020 because at that time when COVID happened, not only did I lose my job because of COVID at that time, and nobody was hiring, so I couldn't like spend any time looking for a new job, so all I did was read books. So of course, since I read so many arcs on Netgalley, I requested more. And that was when I had just started working with Penguin Teen, so at that time they kind of said, okay, since we're just gonna send e-arcs now because of COVID for the time being, how about we send you all the ones that you asked for and all of that. And then basically any arcs going out to anybody for pretty much any reason were like the vast majority all e-copies through Netgalley. So during that time, I accumulated a lot of them. And so my percentage on Netgalley is a 72 right now, which is really, really great because it stayed at about 65 or so last year for like the entire year. So I have done a pretty good job of steadily cleaning up my backlist and reading the new ones I requested, and basically overall reading the books I have on Netgalley faster than I accumulate new ones. And I've been really trying so hard not to request any new ones, or at least not too many of them. And why am I doing this now and like really trying to make a push for just getting as many of them read right now as possible? Because my two most anticipated book releases of this year come out in September, so probably by July they will be up on Netgalley for request, and I just want to make sure as I possibly can be, that I will be approved. I don't have any real reason to think that I wouldn't be, especially since I have been approved for the earlier books in the series that one of them is part of, and I was approved for one of the other one's author's previous books on there as well. So I really don't think, especially since my percentage is higher now, I really don't think that I would not be approved. But I just want to make sure that my percentage is as high as possible. My dog is scratching her ear in the background, so I don't know if you can hear her or not. So basically that's why I'm making this video and setting myself a TBR goal for Netgalley specifically. So there are a couple things I'm trying to do here. Just read the ones that come out in June that I currently have, because for whatever reason, out of the entire year, the most of my Netgalley arcs that I've gotten this year at all basically all come out in June. I have one for July and two for August, and I had none for May, but I have 6 that come out in June, and so getting them all read in the rest of May is going to be a tall order. We're going to see if I can really do it or not, but I think I can if I really sit down and do it. And at the same time, I'm going to read some of the kind of backlist of NetGalley arcs that I have as well. And part of the way I'm going to do that is by listening to the audiobooks of the ones that happen to be available on audiobook at my library. So one thing that I've done recently is sign up for my 3rd library card in a nearby county. And that has really opened up my options for what ebooks and audiobooks I can check out, which is really, really awesome. So one thing that I have been doing first is going through and seeing what NetGalley arcs are now available to me via audiobook on my library, like which ones I have the NetGalley arc of. So there are a couple reasons for that. One, because I really don't go through audiobooks that quickly. I don't necessarily listen to audiobooks every day and all of that. So often they're due back before I finish them. So often I either check out both the ebook and the audiobook of the same book at the same time, or I check out audiobooks of books that I already own or have an e-copy of, something like that. So that's what I'm doing with my audiobooks lately. The vast majority of my audiobooks have been in the past few months and are going to be in the next couple months, books that are books that I have NetGalley arcs of in ebook form. So basically what I'm going to do is show you some of the books that I'm going to read next for that, and then also for like what ones that I have currently on my next to read list as far as ones that are not yet out. So this page shows you my most of my most recently acquired ones. As I said, most of them come out in June. The top 2 on this page right here that you can see are for August, but aside from that, a lot of them are for June. So I'm going to start with the Palace of Illusions and the Black Salt Queen and 6 Wild Crowns. I'm going to start by reading those first, and then I also have, so currently my entire NetGalley TBR right here is 87 books, as you can see at the top there, if you can read it, if it's big enough. That is, so basically I would say like 10 of those are recently acquired arcs, and then 3 of them are just random NetGalley reading journals, so those basically don't count. So for all intents and purposes, my NetGalley backlist probably consists of closer to like 60, 65 books, something like that, and 23 of them are available at my library as audiobooks because these are books that are already out. I just have them on NetGalley and I didn't quite get to them because, as I said, I've been doing this. I've been on NetGalley actively using it for 7 or 8 years. So there have been many, many instances where I have requested books, didn't necessarily get to all of them, and doing that over and over again has accumulated a lot of books. And some of these aren't even books that I'm even still necessarily interested in as much, but I still want to read them. I just wouldn't necessarily request them, you know, the me of today wouldn't necessarily have requested these same ones, that kind of thing. So, so basically at some point after I have read a good chunk of these already, I'm eventually going to do a like really fun number generator picks my TBR video for NetGalley, and kind of just pick, like, because I have some random ones on here. So if you can see, I'm going to put up here my last page, my very last page of NetGalley arcs. And this is such a random assortment. And so these are almost all of the pre-2020 ones. Like I said, like really 2020 is where I requested or received the most random, you know, the most NetGalley arcs, because nobody was sending physical ones. So people, you know, publishers realized they could send more if they were exclusively sending ebooks, all of that. So I have quite a few from 2020 2020. I have like 2 pages of the 5 pages of my Netgalley TBR. I have like 40 books that are all from 2020 basically, which is just insane. But then I'm going to put up here my list that I made, because in case you didn't know, you can actually make little lists on Netgalley. This is my list of books that I have on Netgalley that my library has in audiobook format. So, because these are all, once again, books that are already out. I just once upon a time requested them on Netgalley, and so some of them are really random. So I have 23 of those, which I started this list off with 30 of them. So I have already read 7, so that's great. So the ones I will probably go with next, I'm probably going to start right from the top. So firstly, we have The Devourer, which I requested on Netgalley really soon before it came out, without really thinking about how, you know, scary that would be for me, because I'm really, really scared of like water in general, and because I'm scared of deep sea fish and just scary stuff like that. And so I thought that this book sounded really good, and then after I requested it, I thought, wait, this is vaguely terrifying. Maybe I'm not sure if I'm gonna read this or not. But the library actually does have this on audio, so I'm going to go ahead and read this on audiobook and make this my next audiobook read, and then if I don't finish the audiobook in time, I have the ebook because I have it on Netgalley, so hooray! Other ones that I have on my rather immediate TBR for audiobooks that are old Netgalley arcs that I would really like to mark as read and review on there are The Bluebird, The Night Hunt, The Meadows, Come Out, Come Out, A Soldier and a Liar, and The Helm of Midnight. Those are the ones, just starting from the top of the list. That's probably where I'm going to go next with some of those books. And like I mentioned, the ones that I have that are released in June are This Princess Kills Monsters, The Witch Roads, Six Wild Crowns, The Palace of Illusions, Black Salt Queen. The goal here is to read as much stuff via Netgalley as I possibly can, to mark some of these read, regardless of if they are new books that are not yet out, or if they are ones that I requested 5 ever ago and that I just don't I don't know, I just never read them. So that my percentage of books read will increase from 72 to at least 80, and then when my 2 most anticipated new releases are going to be available on Netgalley, I have the best chance of getting approved for them. If you want to know more about what those 2 books are that I'm so excited about, you can check out my new my most anticipated releases video that I posted just like last month. One of them I pre-ordered anyway. I would just really like to read it ASAP, and then the other one I really want to make sure that I get the Netgalley arc, just because I'm not going to buy the book until it's out in paperback. This is my random Netgalley TBR for the time being. Let me know if you've read any of these or have any thoughts on any of them, and let me know if you are on Netgalley and if you have a really crazy amount of books too, and all of that fun stuff. So fingers crossed I will get most of these books read, and that will be really, really awesome, because I've been working really hard on steadily decreasing how many books I have on there. It's just absolutely insane. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!